Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.
I want to just introduce everybody today. I have a very special guest. He is the creator of the hottest new crypto token. That is right, Shinja ala Shibnobi coin. Cliff Fettner. So I wanted to just jump right in with you because I wanted to have a conversation with you about what this is, this project. I'm very fortunate enough to have met you and you've allowed me to be a part of it. And so I want to make it simplified for my listeners and the common person so they understand what crypto is and what you're doing. First of all, what's your background?
My
nutshell.
My main background, I've been actually at the same job now for 27 years in the material handling industry. I currently was the director of engineering at a company that pretty much dealt with conveyor systems, robotic systems, implementation of them, software interfaces, those types of things. And probably about I guess it's been just under 2 years ago now, I guess probably that I got into crypto. I was into stocks and stuff prior to that, but about little less than 2 years ago that I got into crypto. And it didn't take long right after the getting into it. I kind of got in. I just happened to meet up at the right time, right place, right time with some guys, and got in early on some projects. And from one thing led to another, and I ended up kind of taking over and being part of another project. And then, so that's where I kind of gained experience with doing this. And then, long story short, I could go on for and on because that's a huge long story. But long story short, that's kind of what got me to the point where I'm at now with Shibnobi.
So do you have? So you started this coin?
Yeah.
And when did you start it?
We just launched it like about 3 weeks ago on November 15th.
And why did you start
it? Me and my partner Elsie, we were talking and we kind of had an idea. We kind of came up with we wanted to do something else, and he and I were just kind of sitting around one night brainstorming, thinking, what could we do? What would make sense? We wanted to have something that was light and fun, but at the same time that ended up having, would have utility to it.
When you say utility, what does that mean? Meaning you can use it for other things?
Well, so that it would have a real use case to it, so that we would really end up having real products that go along with it. But we still wanted to we went kind of the route of the meme coin, to make it light and fun, because we figured that would help bring in community involvement and try to help build the community around it. Because one thing we've learned in crypto is that if you don't have community, if you don't have that aspect of it, things don't typically really take off. They don't really do well. You got to have a good community and good people work in the community to keep interest, and to have people that always be there to answer questions and things like that. So that's what we tried to build with this.
Yeah. So what I noticed is I'm watching on the decks right now so people can see. And so when I got involved, I believe it was like 2,500 holders.
Yeah.
And now you're almost at, you're 15.2.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing I would say about you is that you do have a community. Every night you do AMAs on Telegram for 3 hours, talking to your community, doing video, answering all their questions. So, which is incredible. So you're highly dug in here. And what is your basic white paper of this crypto? And for people that don't understand what that means, it's an MO. Basically, when someone starts a crypto, there's a reason. Mm-hmm. Some people are scammers, some people are altruistic, some people are trying to make money, some people are just doing it to screw the man. What was your MO?
So for me, this starts all the way back kind of in my beginning with crypto, because at the early at the beginning of it, when I first got into it, I'll be honest, I was like a lot of people. I got in, I got scammed, I got taken advantage of a couple of times, and you kind of start to learn your lesson pretty quick in the crypto space, because there's a lot of bad stuff out there.
Meaning there's like a rug pull?
Rug pulls, you got soft pulls, you got hard pulls, you got people that impersonate other people and ask for money and hack your wallets and take everything you got in your wallets, to dusting attacks. I mean, it's an endless amount of different ways that people get taken advantage of in the space. So, it really irks me. That's the thing. So part of what we were trying to do really with this is how do we come up with something that has utility, makes things easy for new investors that getting in, but still has the enough utility behind it that seasoned investors are wanting to use it at the same time. But then above all of that, adding an additional layer of security to start helping to try to figure out how to prevent some of these bad things that happen in the crypto space. So that's kind of where we're at, and we're looking at ways to implement security features to what we're doing. And right now, you talked about white paper. Our white paper's actually evolved even a little bit. I know it's only been 3 weeks, but it's actually evolved a little bit even since we began, because the original concept was we were going to launch Dojo Swap, which we still are, but that was really our main product. What it was going to be, it was going to be a multi-chain DEX that would have additional features to it to add knowledge base instructional learning videos, so that it'd make it easier for new people getting into the space. But as the project went on, and it's been evolving rapidly, we decided to take a bigger plunge, and we have announced that we are building our own blockchain now. So I had gotten involved with Certic International for
who is Certic?
So Certic is one of the leading security experts in the field. So basically, they do audits and auditing token projects and blockchains and other things out there in the crypto space. So I had been talking to them about obviously our token, because we went to them and we got an audit done with them. But then as we were coming through this idea, I went back to them and I said, hey, look, we're thinking about doing our own blockchain. We're beginning down this path now with it, but what is your insight? And then as we talked more to them, they had some new technology that they had been working on that was right up what we were trying to do, which was make things safer. So we are now working with their engineers to implement some of those security technologies into the blockchain that we're developing.
So you're creating your own blockchain, Shibnobi blockchain.
Yeah. So it's going to actually be the Kasari blockchain. So Kasari in Japanese is chain. So it's the Kasari chain. So, but
how long will that take?
Right now we're anticipating about 6 month time period.
And on it, you're going to have this token, and you're going to have NFTs and other projects.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a full blockchain. So anything, just like any of the others, you'll be able to, launch NFTs and token projects. Right now, today, you can go onto any of the blockchains, and pretty much you can go to whatever deployer there is, like Remix. If you're going to launch a Solidity contract on Ethereum or BSC, you can write your contract, you go into the deployer, you deploy it on the blockchain, and you pay your fees, and boom, you're done. You're on there. Your token.
And anyone can have a token, you're saying?
Anybody can go on and do that.
No barrier to entry, so a lot of scammers. Okay.
Yep, and that's why you got so many rug pulls and everything, because all these people that are looking to scam people, they launch a token. They can take a contract, and in 10 minutes they can launch a contract and have it out there. So
what people don't understand, just so you're listening, is rug pulls are when somebody starts a token, they get people to invest, and then it build pump, and then they pull all the money out.
Yeah,
basically a total steal.
There's two kinds. There's a soft pull and a hard pull, a rug pull. But a hard rug pull is exactly what you described. So basically, they go in there, they deploy a contract, they launch some amount of liquidity into the contract to get it started. People start investing. And the liquidity builds, and then typically once they gets to a certain point, they yank all the liquidity out of it, and then everybody's stuck holding an empty bag. So they're kind of.
What's a soft pull? A little bit at a time.
So the soft pull is kind of the other way. So it's where sometimes they'll make it look like it's legitimate. So they'll lock the liquidity, let's say, so it looks like it's safe, but then they'll have enough tokens or something, that they've got a hold of, or enough wallets, they may spread it out and have enough wallets that when they sell all of the wallets, it's enough to drain almost all of the liquidity. In most cases, in that case, the liquidity won't go to zero. You could still literally trade it, but it's brought down so bad at that point, and nobody else wants to get into it because of what happened with it. So that's kind of the difference. The soft pull, it's basically draining. They use wallets to drain it versus somebody yanking the actual liquidity out of the project on a hard drug pull.
One of the things I want to say about this project is that I've only been in crypto like less than a year, but it's a fast education.
Oh,
is
yeah,
that
definitely.
you do these AMAs every night for 3 hours, and I would say where a community could be harsh, like a crypto community, they're
Yeah.
so positive, they are so engaged, and they say that you're the most honest guy. And that's the
Well,
most exciting thing. People keep saying how honest you are.
well,
And you haven't sold one token.
well, again, that goes back to what we're trying to do here.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to make a better space. It's all those things, the rug pulls and all that dusting attacks and all the stuff I was talking about earlier that I can't stand. So, I've basically, me coming on every night, I'm challenging the rest of the token projects out there to do the same. Copy me. I'd be happy for you to copy, because the more we can get people transparent and the more we can get people talking and explaining what's going on with the projects and what they're doing, the more transparent they can be, the better the space is gonna be. And we need it, because I truly believe that this is going to become, crypto is going to become our global economy. We're talking, within the next couple of years, I think you're going to see much more widespread adoption of it. There's so many things going on right now that people are starting to accept it as payment for things, more and more. Hell, I've got 2 people that just this week have told me in our community that they started accepting our token Shinja for payment. I have a dentist that now has started accepting it in his dental office for service, and I've got a guy that does brickwork, block work, concrete patios, and that kind of stuff. And literally, he's getting his first payment of $10,000 in Shinja for work to be done. So,
Wow.
it's
That's so cool. That's what I tell people. I say crypto is only as valuable as you agree to it. So $1 is just paper. So
yep.
if that guy values his service and he values the coin, that just makes it that much more real when it's applicable like that.
Yeah. So
that's amazing.
And just to comment on what you said, so you said that I haven't sold. I tell my community, everybody needs to take profit. But the thing is, I try to teach and coach, like when we're sitting in the AMAs at night, do it responsibly. I call it responsible profit taking. Everybody's here to make money, and I want everybody to make money. The problem is when you get guys that come in and then they see the money that they got in their wallet, and then they drop, they sell off 5, 10, 15 ETH at a time, or more sometimes, and it just dives the chart, and then it kills everybody, and then you get people that get scared, and then other people start to sell. If people would just understand, when you put it in, and if you take out regularly, take out an ETH at a time, take out 1 ETH here, do it while the chart's going up on an uptrend, everybody gets to keep making residual money, and you can live off of that very, very easily if you play it right. And if you take some of that profit, I always tell everybody also diversify. I mean, yeah, granted, I love having everybody in our project, and I want you to be in our project, and I'm not telling you not to be, but you do need to diversify. It's just like anything else. It's like the stock market. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. You got to be able to diversify. So and any of the tokens that you're in, take a little bit of profit at a time. Don't hurt the chart. Don't hurt the project. Don't hurt the other investors that are involved in it. But you can take that, you reinvest some of it in another one, and you do the same thing again. And then you keep building your portfolio up until you have pretty much a huge portfolio that you're just continually taking small profits. You can live off of it. You can buy other assets with it, and you'll do really well.
I agree. What do you think about regulation with crypto? Because there's stuff today I was reading on Bloomberg and how Because right now the government can't stop it, but what
Yeah.
are you hearing?
You know, I'll be honest with you. So I am actually literally working with a couple of different law firms right now to get our corporation set up for this project. Um, and what I'm finding just with that is nobody knows anything about it.
No,
It-
there's a big thing in DC this week with all the different crypto heads trying to
yeah,
say, hey, you can't ban this.
yeah. I think it's gonna be
It's Wild West
there,
still.
oh yeah, it's absolutely wild west right now. But you know where it gets challenging. So if you pretty much you get crypto and you hold it in your wallets and you don't ever exchange it back to fiat, you pretty much don't really have an issue. The problem becomes in is when you do want to take it and you want to use it, unless you can adopt it and you find people that accept crypto and you can pay in crypto. But if you got to convert it back to fiat, you're got to go back to one of the bigger services, whether it's Binance, whether it's like Voyager or one of these apps that you can take it and take the crypto and exchange it back to the fiat dollar. But when you do that, that's when it becomes all right. Now, do I claim taxes because technically I need to claim capital gains on it and pay taxes on it?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But
I
the
thought you
problem
could
is,
hide that in crypto. You can't hide your taxes.
well, again, it's all about what you decide you're going to turn in. So, but if you get caught,
I
you know,
thought no, I agree. I don't know. I always heard that you could make it in crypto, put it in another crypto, and I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so
you
you
know,
have to claim it. Okay.
theoretically, if you're in, well, each country is a little different too, depending on what country you're in. But theoretically, like in
Mm-hmm.
the United States, basically, technically, the way they have crypto defined is that it is an asset. So because it's an asset, it's just like a stock. So technically, anytime that you trade one crypto for another crypto, you have to claim the capital gains by the
Mm-hmm.
law, the letter of the law. However, they have no way of tracking it right now. They have no
Mm-hmm.
idea, how to even go about it. The accountants out there, that's why I was saying right now, the lawyers and the accountants are still trying to figure it out. They don't really know what the hell they're even doing with it. So it kind of comes back down to you and the honesty system that, are you going to turn to them? So if you're going to do the right thing and you're going to follow the letter of the law, you should be doing that. Most people, I will tell you though, that when they look at it, nobody's worrying about it until they change it to fiat, because that's the only time that somebody today, because it is still kind of the Wild West, they can really tell. Because the problem is when you get to one of those apps where you can change it back to fiat, typically they are reporting out to like the IRS. So that's where the gray area comes in, and like when that happens, you need to you got to kind of claim it, but there's no way a good way of tracking it, because with the IRS you're supposed to have you know information about exactly what it was for. So then you got to go through and look at every one of your transactions on the blockchain. You got to be able to
Yes.
itemize and say what every single one was, which was a buy, which was a sell, did I make money, did I not make money? And we all know that
Mm-hmm.
that is not the easiest thing to do. I mean, there's tons of data, it's all out there on the blockchain, but to get that, that it's a little more difficult. There are some apps out there, there's some websites out there that kind of do that and will kind of give you some reports to it, so you do have some ways of kind of getting it, but it's not really easy today yet.
I know you're busy, bro, so I'm gonna let you go, but just for everybody, let them know, first of all, where can they buy the token? What different chains, and give me all the socials.
Okay, yeah. So to buy the token, we're listed on, the main one is Uniswap. So you can go to Uniswap and buy Shinja. You can also buy it on FegX. So we're listed on FegX as well. But you can actually
easiest way, Coinbase wallet from your ETH to Shinja, correct? Off of
you can
Uniswap.
do that. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
You can use MetaMask, you can use Trust Wallet, you can use Coinbase Wallet, any of those wallets. But actually, we've, again, in the whole spirit of making things easier for buyers, we actually implemented directly from our website. We partnered with Flues, and we have the Flues interface on our website. So you can literally go to www.shibnobi.com, and you can click on the buy now at the top. It'll take you to the middle of the page, and the Flues interface will be there. You can literally use a credit card, and with your credit card, you can buy the ETH right there and swap it to Shinja without having to go from Binance to Trust Wallet or Binance to Coinbase, and then from there, to Uniswap. You can do it all right in the Flues interface. So again, we've tried to make things easier for people.
Wow, that's awesome. And so you can just use any wallet and go right to the Flu's interface
Yeah,
on
you
the
can,
website.
yep, you can go there and you can, this way, you can, if you've already got Ethereum in your wallet, you can go there and just use your Ethereum and buy it direct. Or if you don't have it and you need to get it and you want to use a credit card or a debit card to get it, you can, or even Apple Pay or Google Pay. You can go right in there and you can use those, buy the Ethereum, and it'll swap it right for Shinjo right there. So it's one easy step. You don't have to take, multiple things and transfer it from one wallet to another wallet and do all of that. It just simplifies it.
Wow, dude, that's way easier than what I did. I went to Binance, I went to Uniswap and the Sushi
Yep.
Swap, and you know how all that is.
Yeah.
And what's your handles? You're at Shibnobi on Instagram and on Twitter and Instagram. And what's your personal handles?
So mine in Telegram is Free Patriot 76.
Free Patriot 76, and that's in Telegram. How can people watch your AMAs?
So they come to our community in Telegram. It's if you go in Telegram and in the search bar, and if you actually type in Shibnobi, just make sure, because there are people have been copying us and trying to scam people again with that. It's the one that says Shibnobi Shinja - official global chat. That's our official Telegram Telegram page. It's actually the t.me/Shibnobi community. That is the official link on Telegram. And then we're at Shib_Nobi in Twitter. You can find us. We're on Facebook. We have Discord channel. We're on Instagram. We're pretty much on all of them. We got a Medium blog post set up, YouTube channel. So all of our AMAs are actually being live streamed to our YouTube channel as well. So we've tried to cover all the bases with all the social media.
Yeah, you guys have a great marketing team, and you're always constantly updating it. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I just want to say thank you for your time, man. I'm really excited to be a part of this project. You're the most transparent guy I've ever met in this space. You're the hardest working. And dude, I'm excited, man. The moon,
me too.
to the moon, bro. It's only been 3 weeks. So everybody go check this out. It's out there right now. You see where you can go shibnobi.com. And I just want to say thanks a lot, Cliff, dude. I know you got a busy day.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, Jamie. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you for having me.
I don't feel like anyone's talking. They're blockers. That's not why I came to Hollywood. Fucking backwards. Bullshit.
I hate to break it to you.